Hey everyone, how's it going tonight? My name's Spencer, and this is Cory.
Hey,
Welcome to Best Ball Draft Addicts. So tonight we are going to be going into rounds 7 and 8 and talking about the players in those rounds. It's a very interesting round, a couple rounds of players, isn't it, Cory?
it is very polarizing.
Yes, indeed. We could talk about these guys for a long time, but I think we're going to try and keep it as concise as we can.
We've got it. We've got all summer to talk about these names. I know that for a fact.
Yeah, well, for sure. We'll be
Yeah,
talking about all these names.
all these names I feel like are going to come up a lot. So
Yeah, absolutely. So just to kind of let everyone know an update of what our schedule is going to be. So next week we're going to be going on Wednesday night. Normally we do Tuesday night, but I'm going to the Cardinals game this Tuesday night. So I'll be up there in old St. Louis way, Cory.
hey, up my neck of the woods.
And then after that, we'll be going live next weekend again. We'll let you guys know on Wednesday if that's going to be Friday or Saturday.
Yep,
Before we dive in, we've got a awesome special announcement to make. And Cory, you want to go ahead and tell the folks?
absolutely. We're both very excited for this. Best Ball Draft Addicts is an official partner of Underdog Fantasy Sports now. We are very excited to partner with the folks over there. We've been Underdog users for years, and now we have an actual official partnership with them. What that means is for new users, if you have an existing account, unfortunately not eligible, but new users, when you sign up or register for a new account with Underdog, you can use the promo code BBDA, Best Ball Draft Addicts, and then you'll get the special promo, which is once you set up your account and play $5 minimum, you get $50 in bonus entries, and it helps also support the show, which we really appreciate. I'll have a link on the Instagram account. I have the specific link you can click, which will auto populate the promo code when you click it, or you could just simply go on underdogfantasy.com and enter the promo code when you sign up for a new account. So we are very excited.
Yes, that is awesome. Yeah, we love drafting on there. Like for the last several years, Best Ball on Underdog has become a major part of both of our lives. And
Yes.
so it's exciting. So
Yeah.
without further ado, though, we are going to go ahead and jump into the players for tonight. Core, are you ready?
Oh yeah, let's do it.
Hydrated and ready to
I
go.
know. I'm thirsty. We went to Chuck E. Cheese tonight. Took the kids to Chuck E. Cheese, so it was electric. So gotta
Oh,
hydrate after that.
absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, so speaking of electric, we've got this group of round 7 through 8 players. I didn't mention this. For anyone who's on here or jumps on later, we will be drafting after we go through the players. We're going to go jump in a draft, and anyone who's watching with us, hopefully you can jump in and draft along. Okay, so as we go through this list of players, Cory, here's the positional breakdown. As you can see, we have it's very even, these two
Mhm.
rounds. 6 quarterbacks, 3 in each round, 6 running backs, 3 in each round, 10 wide receivers, 5 in each round, and 2 tight ends, 1 in each round. I mean, that can't be any more split down the
It's
middle. I
yeah, it's
mean,
almost it's like a 6-6-10-2 build or something like that. Like it just
it's I know it's really crazy.
if it were possible, I believe it. But anyway.
And then, as you can see here, we've got several potential stacks. So, a couple interesting things from the stack partners from these rounds. Look at Pittsburgh, Cory. There are 4 Pittsburgh Steelers in these rounds 7 through 8. Isn't that an interesting thing? Who would think of the Pittsburgh Steelers as an offense that you want to focus on for fantasy? But here we are. This is the
Yes,
round to do
yeah,
it.
especially the running backs as close as they are too. But I mean, it makes sense.
I mean, Aaron Rodgers, come on back, baby.
It's either him or Ty Simpson at this point. So
Yep. Oh gosh, please no Mason Rudolph. All right, and then with Jacksonville, they've got 3. So you see, we're going to start things off with Parker Washington, and then you've got Trevor and Jakobi. As we discussed in the previous episode, BTJ is already gone by this point. He was on our last show.
mhm.
And then we also have San Fran with 2 guys, Pearsall and Purdy. You could make that stack happen. Michael Wilson and Tyler Allgeier, a Arizona Cardinals pair that we would have never guessed in a million years we would have been talking about for round 7 and 8 last year. Never.
Yeah.
And then the very interesting Patriots pair of Rhamondre Stevenson and Romeo Doubs. Okay, so first player, we're going to jump in, and it is Parker Washington. So Parker Washington kind of came out of nowhere, right? I mean, he's been around, not really done anything. He smashed
sixth round pick in 2023. Yeah. So
he smashed at the end of the season last year, was great down the stretch for fantasy owners in the playoffs. And I know that that's fresh on everyone's minds in these draft rooms. And then he did good in his only playoff game. So I just don't know about what I feel with this draft spot, to be honest with you, with all these names we're about to go through for Parker. What do you think, Corey?
Yeah, it's 2024. He flashed here and there, but he was the guy that was on the end of everyone's dynasty bench this time last year that we all dropped for incoming rookies. But yeah, he was a league winner last year. If you had any shares, it worked out well for you, like Spencer said in the playoffs. ADP is a little rich for me right now, but I think we'll see how things shake out as far as we get closer to the draft, see what Jacksonville does. If BTJ does get traded, then that's a really good sign for Parker Washington. And this is a contract year for him. You know, I love contract years. So, so there are things going his way. It looks like he has great chemistry with Trevor Lawrence. So again, bit rich for me, but as the months go on, we'll see if I warm up to that or if maybe it gets to more of a level I'm more comfortable with.
Yeah. So I think we're both kind of in the same page there. Not so much right now. We'll see as the summer moves along.
One of those polarizing guys we talked about.
But if you're building a Jacksonville thing, hey, always good for Jacksonville stacks.
Yep.
All right, next up, Chuba Hubbard. So Chuba is very interesting. I was really into him the last couple of seasons. And then last year, thankfully, I didn't go all in. I didn't go that heavy. And it worked out because Rico Dowdle bled into his work way more than anyone wanted. In fact, he flat out lost his job to Rico for a while. He ended up getting it back and closing out all right. And he is looking like he's going to be the guy. I know he's signed. They signed him, back a year or two ago to a multi-year contract. But Jonathan Brooks should be back. That's something we've talked about already in some of our drafts. The question is when and how impactful will he be? I think Chuba's someone that I'm going to want to click occasionally, but I'm not going to make a target. What about you?
As an RB3, you could do a lot worse. I mean, especially he should get fair amount of volume. I know that you just said it. Jonathan Brooks. Gosh, I kept wanting to say it. Anyway, Jonathan Brooks is coming back, but he hasn't played football. He's played one game in the last 3 years. So we don't know what we're going to get necessarily. And then they drafted Trevor Etienne last year, or HN, whatever you want to say. So we'll see if he ends up being anything. But I mean, Chuba's the RB1, pretty unquestioned. I think Brooks is a solid add later, and we'll get to him in the next couple of episodes. But yeah, I like Chuba. He's not sexy. It's a floor guy, but sometimes those guys aren't bad to have.
Yeah, like I said, I can see clicking his name. He's just not someone I'm going to be like, oh, I want to draft Chuba. But if he's there and you need a running back, all right, I'll take Chuba.
Yeah. All things equal, would you click Parker Washington or Chuba Hubbard if it didn't matter, position doesn't matter?
Oh, you know what? Good point. I would probably take it this round. Most likely, I'd be looking at Chuba just because I know that the way running backs are going to go. So that's probably what I would look there.
Same. I agree.
One thing I just realized I forgot to do, we were going to also look at the ADP. Let me do that real quick. I almost moved right on without it. So first off, this is Parker Washington. So you can see it at 73. And again, after normalizing, it's pretty much stayed steady this entire draft season. And then as far as Chuba, let's see what's happened with him. Chuba has rose pretty consistently. Looks like starting around March 8th. That's probably whenever
free agency.
I was going to say
Rico Dowdle was gone.
Yep, that's it. I was going to say as soon as Rico Dowdle was gone, then you can see his ADP rising. It went up a solid 16 picks at that point. So very interesting. Not surprising, but it's very interesting. Because as far as, like I said, with Chuba, I get why he's not that appealing, but he also is kind of appealing. Yeah. All right. Next up, someone who I like quite a bit, Mr. Courtland Sutton. So I mentioned this with Jaylen Waddle. Courtland Sutton's presence is why I'm not even that much thrilled of Waddle going, because I just think that Sutton is such a good wide receiver for touchdowns and such a target for Bo Nix, a trusted one, that I don't know. There was a period of time where I used to doubt him. That was as of a few years ago. And then the last 2 seasons, I just feel, hey, I trust and believe in Courtland Sutton. I feel good picking him here over Parker Washington or any of these other wide receivers that we'll talk about. But it's not an every time. I mean, obviously there's going to be some guy. It's a mix and match scenario, but I definitely am going to want to click Courtland Sutton, and I've already done it. I know you're not a Broncos guy, but what do you think?
Yeah, Courtland Sutton's not a name I typically have been in, whether it's the Broncos thing or whatever. I don't know. I just Bo Nix sucks, but yeah, I honestly like Courtland Sutton at this ADP more than I do Jaylen Waddle. Yes, Jaylen Waddle should be the wide receiver 1, but Courtland Sutton's been there, knows the offense, has multiple years of chemistry with Bo Nix. Eventually Waddle could overtake him. I mean, they just gave Courtland Sutton a huge extension last summer. So I think Courtland Sutton's still might be the top wide receiver there.
Right? So, he is. And he's going lower. He's going lower.
I think I'm more in on that than I am at Waddle.
Yep. So we're both in agreement. So we're right there. And this, speaking of him with Waddle, look how interesting this is. So look at how his ADP has plummeted since Waddle signed too.
Yeah.
So he was already kind of going down, and then definitely once that Waddle dip happened, I mean, he's much lower now and much better price than whenever he started. Because whenever he started, he was at 57. So now being at 76, 19 points lower, 19 points. 19 ADP spots lower than where he started. Very interesting. All right, next player. This is why I say I'm not going to always take Courtland Sutton, because DK Metcalf is someone who I've loved drafting his entire career. This guy is such a beast. I mean, DK Metcalf is incredible. And as far as DK goes, he just never quite reached his ceiling for fantasy, has he? It's always like he could be better than he is.
In 2020, we had that 2020. We thought, here's the alpha elite guy, and just that was it.
It's just not quite happened. Now, can it happen at this point? Yes, still. I mean, he's still not even 30. Will it happen with Rodgers? We'll see. He was still good with them last year. He had a couple big spike weeks. So I am going to want to own some DK Metcalf. I always do. I'm going to mix him in. Will he be someone I take every time? No. What about you?
It's crazy because I feel like a lot of people like to dunk on Mike McCarthy, but his offenses have been fantasy friendly for years, and Arthur Smith's have been fantasy kryptonite. And so Arthur Smith is gone. He's not even in the NFL right now. And he gone. We don't
owners rejoice.
Oh my God. We don't have to worry about Arthur Smith. But if it is Rodgers, then between DK and Pittman, who we're going to talk about in a minute, but that's not bad. And with the new offense, with the new play caller and everything, I'm willing to gamble.
Yeah, I know. We're going to be right back in. And it's a good price. This is a good price for DK.
Yep.
So speaking of his price, let's see how his summer has gone. If it's been steady or if there's been a dip. The answer is there's been a very similar dip to Courtland Sutton. That's probably the Michael Pittman dip, I'm assuming.
Yep.
Although I don't necessarily think that it hurts them. Kind of like you said, it helps draw some defensive pressure away.
And they're two totally different players.
Right. So I'm to me, I'm glad to see this dip here personally.
Yeah.
All right, next guy up. A very interesting one. And holy cow, what an amazing pick last year. A guy who I routinely like to mix in at the end, and it felt so good whenever it finally paid off because I'd done it for the last couple years. And that's Mr. Michael Wilson of the Cardinals. He broke out incredibly once Jakobi took over, didn't he? I mean, holy cow, like him and McBride. Wild.
Yeah.
And now, and he easily looked better than Marvin Harrison. He was playable in every format of fantasy every week. Just a great piece to have for the whole second half of the year last year. Now that we're coming into this new 2026 season and Kyler's gone and it's the Jakobi / whoever show, are we going to be spending this ADP on Michael Wilson?
I mean, if you, depending on where you were drafting, like right now where ADP sits, you could pass on Marvin Harrison and take Tyler Warren and then Michael Wilson or something like that. And that's I like the sound of that more than I do taking Marv right there. So I mean, it's just, it was undeniable, his chemistry with Jakobi, and it is what it is. And it's hard to not want to take Michael Wilson at that. I mean, ADP between him and Marv isn't drastic, but the fact that it's even that close is crazy. But yeah, I mean, I believe it.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of do too. I think we're just going to buy in. We're just going to say we're here.
Yeah.
And look, his ADP more or less has stayed pretty much the same. I mean, there was of course, back in January, coming off the high of end of last year, there was going to be a normalization like we've talked about, and it's pretty much stayed steady.
I don't think it's a guy that I'm going to try and have like 20% exposure to or anything, but I'm not afraid to click him.
This was this little dip here and then rise back up. This had to be March 10th, right when Kyler left, right? There must have or March 5th maybe. Kyler left.
That's when they officially. They didn't. They hadn't cut him yet, but because they couldn't cut him until the new league year started, so the news came out that they didn't trade him there. He's moving on.
Yeah, the dip and then right back up.
Which I don't know why he would dip, because he was a lot better without Kyler.
I mean, we're at a great spot here, really looking at it at his lowest spot of the whole draft season, 78.7. It'll be interesting to see how that carries over into the regular drafts coming up soon. All right. Next up, Jaylen Warren, also
one of your guys.
One of my guys, an amazing pick that paid off beautifully last year. I have been a fan of his since he came up. He's just a little fireball and really a lot of fun to watch run. I like picking Jaylen Warren. I'm still going to like picking Jaylen Warren because I think this is not enough of a raise in price from last year. I know Rico Dowdle signed, and I'm interested to see what that signing did with his ADP. I'm assuming we're going to see another dip in that market. But to me, it doesn't affect it that much because I think Warren's still going to get his. One of the many Steelers in these rounds that we'll go through.
Yeah.
What say you?
Yeah, they're being drafted very close because they're going to be a timeshare. It's going to be a committee. They have two different skill sets. Like Jaylen Warren, last year was his first real shot at being a workhorse, if you will, and he got banged up. And because he's a smaller guy, he's great out of the backfield. Rodgers trusted him in the passing game, so I think that this is a very fair price for him. And Rico Dowdle, they're going to be a 1A, 1B committee. They'll ride the hot hand, I'm sure. So you're going to have some Warren weeks. You're going to have some Dowdle weeks. You just got to live with it if you're going to go that route. But the fact that, either one of them, like price-wise, value-wise right now is solid compared to like compared to the work that they're going to get. So yeah, I mean, I think this is a very fair price.
Yep. And then here's what his draft season has looked like. The big Dowdle dip there.
Yep.
The Dowdle dip. And now we're at the lowest price of the whole thing. And so again, it feels like a really good spot for me to bet on Warren's upside. Because we've already seen it. It's not even a question of if. It's there. It's there.
Yep.
All right. Another guy who I love taking year after year. And last year, again, it paid off big. Rhamondre was so huge in the playoff weeks. And in my furthest advancing team, the team that, did the best for me, Rhamondre was key and integral in that run, including in that final week. And so I have a dear spot in my heart for him.
Sure.
But with that
Shout out Rhamondre.
Trayvon is going to expand. We kind of already talked about this year. I have no doubt that this year Trayvon Henderson will be better than last year. I would imagine Rhamondre will still be very much involved. Will he have so much of an impact come the playoff weeks like he did? History says probably not. So I kind of feel like I've already got my bang for my buck last year, and maybe I should just count my blessings and let him go
while you're ahead. Quit while you're ahead.
While I'm ahead. But I don't know. What do you think? Do you think he could be back to being like what he did last year?
Oh, there's absolutely a path for it. If Vrabel loved him, and now Travion was a rookie last year, and there was certain pass protection concepts that he wasn't getting, or something. There was something that Vrabel was seeing to keep Rhamondre on the field over him. Especially during the playoffs. I mean, Travion turned into a ghost. But there was those weeks that we saw when Rhamondre was hurt that Travion went bonkers, and everybody's just like, Vrabel, see? And then went right back to Rhamondre. So I'm probably not going to click on him a lot. It doesn't do a lot for me. I'll mix in the share or two just in case, but I'm still a Travion believer, and it's just Rhamondre just doesn't do a ton for me, even though if he could be a safe pick, but he's not going to give you a lot of ceiling, but he could give you some floor.
That's really it, right? I think that's what it is. And then this is interesting. So look how his ADP has lowered, but then how it's starting to climb back up here over the last week or so.
Yeah.
Kind of interesting. It's only a few spots, but still.
I'm just going to go look at Travion real quick to see if there's any correlation there. No, he's kind of like he raised to and then leveled off a little bit. So people are just buying in on the New England running backs right now.
Yeah, I mean, and honestly, like you said, you laid it out. I mean, we kind of just know what it is. I'm probably going to stay away, but I'll still go back to the well some.
Sure.
All right. This is a super, super intriguing pick that I am fascinated by what's going to happen this draft season and this upcoming season. I fell in love with Harold Fannin last year watching him play. So I can say thanks to my always watching things in the best ball streets and constant Fannin just last year in the last couple of weeks of draft season, once preseason games were going, Fannin was getting a lot of buzz, and you started seeing a lot of people talk about him. A lot of big name people were talking about him as a sleeper, and they were all right. He was a great sleeper. He had a good chemistry with Shadir Sanders, and he looks like a beast. So I'm very much into Harold Fannin. I expect to draft. Early prediction for me, he may be my highest drafted tight end. We'll see, because this is a perfect spot to me when I've waited to dive in here in round 7 and grab my first tight end once I've already done 3 running backs, 3 wide receivers, or 2 running backs, 4 wide receivers.
Yeah, he was 3rd round pick last year, athletic freak. At the time he was drafted, he was only 20, so still super young. And you could just see the athleticism watching him play. He's an athletic freak. David Njoku is actually still a free agent, but you'd imagine he's not coming back to Cleveland. Shadir Sanders, he had a good chemistry with him. We'll see if Shadir is the quarterback week 1, or if it's Watson or Dylan Gabriel or whoever. This is of all the Browns, this is the one I'm most confident in. I do like Judkins, but I'm Harold Fannin's definitely the one I'm most confident in. And D here in a couple weeks, if they go receiver at pick 6 or address it maybe in round 2 to add some target competition. But yeah, Fannin's I love this spot. This is a great Fannin spot.
It really feels good. And so as far as his draft stock this season, it's pretty much stayed mostly the same. I wouldn't call this much of anything, to be honest with you. It's not moved a ton. So
yeah,
personally, I think, again, it's just a great price.
It's probably more so other players just rising than him falling, I guess, if that makes sense.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. It definitely makes sense. And no one is in love with the Browns offense. So
right. Yeah. That's the sell on me, is like, I just don't really want any Browns but what do I know?
All right. Well, here's one that lots of people
everyone's favorite quarterback to hate on.
So you mentioned the every other year thesis with Dak Prescott. Remind me, is this going to be a good year or a bad year?
This is a bad year. The
every other year thesis says a bad year is coming. So Dak Prescott's a guy that I had felt confident drafting every year, fully fine with waiting on him and getting him as my QB1, but he's never anyone that I'm looking to target unless I've already taken CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens. And then, of course, I'm going to want Dak and then look for Ferguson later. Though that will happen, that will continue to happen, I would say, with probably most drafters are going to feel that way. But there is the times where you can just take a Dak one-off. However, with some of the other quarterbacks we're about to talk about, I could see myself almost sticking to Cowboy-only Dak teams this year.
Yeah, and I'm with you on that. I have been a Dak guy for years as far as fantasy. It's not like I'm in love with the guy from a real life standpoint, but I've always been a Dak drafter. I just think he's super underrated, especially fantasy-wise. But there is the thing that last year, even my exposure to him, he was my number 2 overall exposure quarterback. And I had so many Dak, Pickens, Ferguson stacks. It was insane. But to go back to, if you missed our inaugural episode, I mentioned the every other year Dak. Now, this dates back to 2017. These are his final finishes since 2017. 10, 14, 2, 32, 8, 18, 3, 31, 6. Literally every other year. Do with that what you will.
It's a thing.
Yep. It's a thing.
So who's the backup there?
Is it still Joe Milton, I'm assuming?
Yeah, I don't even know anymore. It's not Cooper Rush anymore. I know that. So, okay. Well, Dak's stock this year has pretty much, once it normalized, it's only risen. And it's probably just because more and more people are wanting to stack more. Again, that's, to me, I just think he's a prime stack piece candidate. And that's just what's most desirable about him.
I knew they brought in someone. It's Sam Howell. Sam Howell's there now, too. I knew they brought in somebody else.
Oh, old Sam Howell of Washington Commanders.
Shout out Max.
Yep.
Loves him some Sam Howell.
Okay, next up. Speaking of Max, one of our buddies who's a big Chargers fan.
Yes.
This is going to be one of the reasons why, again, I don't take a ton of Dak, because whenever they're both there, if I'm not stacked, leaned one way or another, and I'm just grabbing an unstacked QB, I will take Justin Herbert, and I may take the next guy we talk about as well, just because they're younger, kind of more exciting versions, and I am very into what Herbert can continue to do this year. I was very happy with him last year. He's never felt like he's fully reached his potential, and I feel like his best season is still yet to come. Could that be this year? We'll see. He is going to be age 28 season, so it's kind of a prime time for a quarterback to have a true breakout, because, again, obviously Herbert's been good his whole career, but he has
a QB2 finish.
So he did have, he's had a breakout, a re breakout.
Yeah, I was gonna say I wouldn't say a
level.
breakout per se, but yeah, I agree on the potential thing. It just seems like as a Chiefs fan and someone that's watched a lot of Chargers games and paid attention to the Chargers, there is a certain term that we use, and that's called chargering. And that means that chargering is they can't get out of their own way, or there's just some form, like injury bugs tend to hit them and hit them hard. And then again, just cannot ever get out of their own way. They're always a sexy, trendy pick to win the West and go to the Super Bowl and everything every year. And every year they disappoint like clockwork. Again, joke amongst AFC West teams is right now we're in Chargers season. So this is when everybody gasses up the Chargers anyway. Yeah, I actually love Herbert right here. I think if you're going to skip out on those the early quarterbacks, up through your Hurts and guys like that, and this is your QB1, I like that. I like it a lot actually, especially with the Mike McDaniel offense now coming in. They should be a lot more balanced if they can just keep that offensive line, those tackles coming back and keeping him upright. Really, the sky is the limit, and this could be a huge steal.
Yeah, so we're definitely both in.
And he was running, like he ran a lot in college, so he actually started running again last year.
Yeah, he's a lot of fun to watch. I'm a fan. And here's his ADP. After the start of the draft season, it normalized to where it's at, and it's pretty much stayed. So he's not someone who's drifted much over the course of the summer. All right. Next up again, another quarterback that is one of the reasons what leads me away from taking Dak unless I'm stacking. Also, another prime stack candidate, as we've talked about all of the pieces to stack him with, and that's Mr. Trevor Lawrence, the former number 1 overall pick who was a perennial year after year disappointment until last year when all of a sudden he wasn't.
He had his sophomore year. He was good, and because everyone's like, he got out from under Urban Meyer. We've seen that, because he went on a playoff run, won a playoff game over Herbert, and was great for fantasy that year, and has not been good ever since.
How long ago was that? 21?
22.
22.
His rookie year was 21, and then 22 was the first year of Dougie P. And actually, the reason I even remember that is I was at so they beat the Chargers. They came back from down 27. Sorry, Max. Or it was like 27 something. Anyway, came back and beat. But then the next week they played at Arrowhead, and I was at the game.
Well, look at you.
I know. That was when Mahomes we call it the ankle game, and I died inside that day. But
that's all right.
Yep.
You recovered.
Yeah. Anyway, Trevor Lawrence, the last draft that we had, I did the Jag stack, and we both loved it. So yeah, I that's probably a guy that, like Herbert, I'm comfortable with drafting no stack. Lawrence, I'm probably not going to have a ton of unless I'm stacking.
And see, that's where I will be willing to take him if I don't have any stack pieces. Okay. And the reason why is because later, I know I can always add Brenton Strange. That's a pretty easy piece to add later.
Sure.
And then you've got the potential buyback on Travis Hunter, which is much later as well. So you still stack a few pieces with him a little later.
We got a little Travis Hunter news today too.
What did we hear?
I didn't see it.
Yeah, go ahead.
So he's coming off the injury. They said that he's still they don't expect him to be ready for voluntary stuff. Voluntary stuff. They don't expect him to be ready for, but they do expect him to be a full go for training camp.
Okay, sweet.
But then there's the whole quarterback thing. But we'll talk about that later. We'll talk about that later. But also, I don't. We'll see. Yeah, sure.
See.
But that was the news that we got on him today, as far as injury wise.
Got it. And then here's Trevor Lawrence draft season again, very steady, just very much like Herbert. Not a lot of movement there. Okay, now as we close out round 7, before we move into round 8, the last round 7 guy is Mr. Ricky Pearsall, who is a beast coming back from being shot as a rookie. Everyone will. That and Brian Robinson, everyone will always remember that, because these dudes are like, they came back and played after they were shot. How are you out from a sprained ankle.
Yeah, I like, yeah, right. I know. And they get come back and play after they get shot. I get a paper cut and I call into work.
Right, like what the heck?
Yeah.
But so Rick, I will say this: last year I was really into drafting Ricky Pearsall, thinking
Yep.
that he was going to be a big breakout ascension piece. It didn't really pan out like what we expected. In fact, he was flat out bad for a lot of the season. And my memory tells me is that he did have several weeks missed with injury as well.
A lot.
So I will say this: he's not someone that I'm going to look to target a lot. I will want to mix in some, but I could see him probably only being between a 4 to 8% type of player where I occasionally I'll click his name, but he's not someone in all this list of names around 7 and 8 that sticks out as like, this is a target of mine.
Yeah, same for me. Like, it was a guy that I did like last year. I didn't have a high exposure to him in best ball, but I do have dynasty shares and some redraft. I had some redraft, so like I liked him and I thought it was worth the gamble. And to start the season, he was playing very well. And then yes, the injuries got him. He was pretty much done. Juwan Jennings leapfrogged him in the pecking order. And between that and Kittle and McCaffrey, there just wasn't that much else to go around. Ayuk was a thing last year, but he's probably going to be out the door. Kittle coming off the injury. So now and Mike Evans is old, which he will be the wide receiver 1. But if there's an injury, then you could see a path for Pearsall. But I'm with you. I don't think I'm going to have a ton of shares this time.
But there is a path, like you said.
There is a path.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's got a wide receiver 2 ceiling, which plays. That's not nothing. It's just I'm probably not going to take the gamble on him that often.
So, you see the header here on my page, high variance upside. I mean, that's it right there. And then his draft season has shown some very, very interesting little hump.
Assuming that's when Mike Evans was signed.
Yes, sir. That's right at that time. And then you see him dip. Before, whenever Evans wasn't there, people were buying. People were in. And I get it. I was there last year. I was in. So we'll see how this year plays out. All right, Core, we move into round 8. First player in round 8 is a awesome guy to click. Go ahead and say something real quick. Let me make sure your thing's working.
Everything good?
Yep, everything's good. So Jaxson Dart of the New York Football Giants. So I loved watching Jaxson Dart play this year. This guy, who couldn't watch Jaxson Dart and not just fall in love with him? He's so much fun. Just him and Cam Scatterboo were a couple of week forks before. Just like Cam Scatterboo, the injury bug came a-coming because Jaxson Dart, just like Scatterboo, isn't afraid of anything and will just run after no matter what giant man is about to bring him down. So he's got to learn. A lot of young guys have to learn how to stay healthy, and it's only coming into his second season. Has he learned that yet? Will we have another season where he goes 2 balls to the wall and hurts himself again or gets hurt again? Maybe. But I'm going to want to take him. So I'm going to be in on drafting Dart. This is another reason why, again, I said there's a bunch of quarterbacks coming up as to why I'm going to lean away from Dak unless it's a stack piece, because I will take Dart unstacked. I don't need to have his pieces. I will take him because definitely that rushing upside is there.
Yeah, I'm with you. I don't think he needs he doesn't have to be stacked for me to take him because of that potential elite rushing upside. I'm guessing that they're going to try and dial it back. It's a completely new regime there with Harbaugh and company. So completely different regime, new offense, everything. You have to imagine they're going to protect the franchise and not let him go out there and bang around like he was before. But if you keep in mind that he lost Malik Neighbors almost immediately after, and actually it might have even still been, I think it was still Russ. So he never even got time with Neighbors. I don't remember if I'm
almost positive you're right, and I think Dart took over the next week.
Because I was going to say because Chiefs played the
Neighbors got hurt in that game.
Chiefs played the Giants, I think week 4, and it was still Russ, and I think Neighbors was gone by then, but don't quote me on that. But yeah, I mean electric player. I was admittedly a doubter last year, and he proved me wrong so far. He reminds me a lot of kind of where we were at this time of year last year with Bo Nix. But I think that he's got a ceiling. I like honestly, top 5 QB is absolutely on the table for him, fantasy wise.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And when you get down this late, that's something that really has to stand out to you, because this guy could be a difference maker. There's that possibility.
Yep.
And let's see what his draft stock has gone. It's pretty much been about the same. I wouldn't call this after the initial normals. I wouldn't call this much of anything.
Yeah, and they upgraded his receiving options too. In addition to Neighbors, they signed Isaiah Likely. They signed Darnell Mooney. They could address something in the draft too. So yeah, he did lose Wan'Dale Robinson. That was his top target. Mm-hmm. So that needs to be said. But otherwise, yeah,
he did. He did really like throwing to Wan'Dale. Who wouldn't? Wan'Dale's a beast.
You love him.
I do. All right. Another very interesting player, Jakobi Meyers, part of that Trevor Lawrence stack piece like we talked about. And Jakobi, man, did he look good once he went there last year. This was a guy who used to never be able to catch touchdowns with the Patriots to then now all of a sudden he's a touchdown target every week. What the heck? How did this happen? But I really am a fan, and so are the Jaguars, because they re-signed him, did they not?
Yeah, in season. He came there mid-season, and honestly, whenever a receiver goes somewhere mid-season, I'm not really that high on him, because it takes time to develop quarterback chemistry, get in the system, all that kind of stuff. And he hit the ground running with them, had immediate chemistry with Lawrence, and they signed him like a month after they traded him. They extended him, so I'm high on Meyers. I like him at cost more than Parker Washington. I think that Meyers can easily be the wide receiver 1 this year over BTJ. So I'm all in on Jakobi Meyers.
We're both going to be just right there clicking his name whenever it comes up. So let's see how his draft season has gone.
Do you hear it?
I hear. I hear. I'm sure
I can't even see her. I can't even see her. She's just like a ghost.
A noisy ghost.
A noisy ghost.
All right. So you see, it's pretty much stayed the same. He had little peaks and valleys, but there's not much to look at as far as Jakobi's offseason draft stock. And it's a good price. This right here, this is a really good spot to be drafting him. Okay. Next up, Jordan Addison. This one is super interesting because Jordan Addison is a great wide receiver who I think if he were on a different team where he was the focal point, I think we could be looking at Jordan Addison as a round 3-4 guy. I think he's that level of talent. With that said, in Minnesota with Kyler and with all of the other pieces they have, I do feel like there is a capped ceiling that just holds him back from being someone that I want to click on a lot. Is anything going to change, or do you agree with what I just said? Do you think we're just going to experience that same thing again this year that we already have?
It's obviously going to be better because the quarterback situation, even if you're not a Kyler fan, it's better. It's a lot. He's significantly better than JJ McCarthy. But remember, Jordan Addison was suspended the first 3 games last year. And so that's baked into his overall finish. But yes, I agree. Talent-wise, there was rumblings that maybe they would look to move him this offseason because
I would love that.
Yeah, man, that would be
great.
New
landing spot. I would be right in. I would be all in.
Selfishly, as a Chiefs fan, I would love that for us because we need guys that can beat man coverage. But yeah, the touchdown, he just seems to always find the end zone, and he's never going to be doubled with Justin Jefferson on the other side of him. But yes, Kyler and his ability to support all those pieces I'm skeptical. So yeah, I don't see myself clicking on Addison a lot unless, again, I got Jefferson and I'm going to try a Vikings build. Otherwise, yeah, I don't see myself clicking on him a ton unless it's a Viking stack.
But maybe there's something to be said where we both love his talent, maybe he's just a draft on talent pick, and you say
and that's fine. If he's your wide receiver 4-5, you could do a lot worse. Like, so I'm fine with that. If you're taking him as a wide receiver 3, that means you probably push receiver a little too far, but we'll see.
This is super interesting. Look at his draft season. It's got nothing but rise. Nothing but rise. So I find this kind of fascinating.
This
is the first one we've seen kind of.
I guess Kyler. I don't know.
The Kyler news has made people like him a lot more. Yanni McGee.
I know. Sleepy kids. Also, did you see Dontavian Wicks traded to the Eagles today?
Oh yeah, I'm glad you brought that up. I did.
His name's probably coming up soon, right?
Yeah. I don't know. Not today though.
Yeah.
All right. Tyler Allgeier of the now Arizona Cardinals. So Tyler Allgeier is someone who I have thought for the last several seasons, if he could be the lead back somewhere where a team trusts him, we could see a true breakout. What's funny is he goes to a new place in a kind of a perfect situation where I'm like, yes, this is it. And then they turn around and re-sign James Conner. I'm like, what is happening?
So dumb. So dumb.
But I am a Tyler Allgeier fan. I do want to own him. I will draft him. He will be a guy that I mix in. He's not necessarily a stack only piece. But there is limited concern because yes, he could be vultured way too much than what we want. And whereas he used to be the one vulturing Bijan,
I was
now
going to say,
be the one getting vultured.
The vulture is now the vultured.
Yes.
Tyler, I mean, the one time he actually got the keys was back his rookie year, and he had 1,000 yards. But then they drafted Bijan Robinson, and now he's just been a thorn in our sides of Bijan owners. He's a good running back, and so like they with the Connor thing, and then they brought in Allgeier, and then they still have Trey Benson, and then they signed Bam Knight. So something's got to give there. I think the odd man out is going to be Trey Benson, whether it's trade or he's just a camp cut. But yeah, Tyler Allgeier, there is absolutely a path to him being the guy there. And I think if you're going to go with a hero or zero RB build, Allgeier is a perfect candidate for that.
Yeah. You know, something that we've not even mentioned once, because I don't know that in this year's draft landscape, based off this early season, I don't know that there is necessarily a running back dead zone like there has been in the past. It doesn't feel that way. It feels spread out. I don't know. We'll have to. That's something we'll talk about and come back around.
Yeah, I was going to say right now is not amazing, but it's
because normally running back dead zone is around usually in between rounds 3 to 6, and we're here in round 8.
I don't think. Yeah, I don't know. Like running back dead zone wasn't a thing last year.
Yeah, it's just we may have kind of moved on past that. That's going to be an interesting point to talk about this summer. Hey, Top Gun, what's going on, my friend? Glad to have you in here with us tonight. We are on player number 16, so out of 24, and then we're going to be jumping in a draft, so not too much longer. And then here's Tyler Allgeier's draft season. It's done nothing but rise. It was already pretty high whenever the news happened, but look, there's really no Connor dip, is there? There's really no dip from news of him. So that's something where it seems like other drafters are pretty much with us and saying, hey, we're just going to roll with it.
Yeah. I mean, we don't know what Connor even has left in the tank after the injury, so we'll see.
Yeah, probably not a lot, but enough that he could definitely still vulture some touchdowns.
Here we go. Now we're talking. Ooh, good picture.
Now,
picture.
Great picture. So,
baby.
Mr. Tucker Kraft, who is absolutely a breakout upside tight end.
Jack.
100%.
Jack
we've
to the
seen
gills.
it. We've seen it. We already know how good Tucker Kraft is and can be, and he has great chemistry with Jordan Love. So I'll tell you, I'm going to be right back in drafting him after coming off this injury. I know you are too. We've already mentioned it in our drafts. So the question is, him versus Fannin. No stack pieces. What do you think?
Fannin injury because of the ACL. If all things equal and there was no injury on the table at all, I'd pick Tucker Kraft.
Oh, well, that's Tucker Kraft in the heartbeat then, because Tucker Kraft would probably be up higher.
Yeah, but Fannin is definitely Fannin over Kraft. I agree with because again, no injury. Kraft was in the midst of a breakout campaign. He had a great rookie year, and then this past year, I said it in the last stream. Tucker Kraft was trending. He would have been the tight end too. Right behind Trey McBride, because Kyle Pitts ended up being the 2, but a lot of that was built on that one monster week. But Tucker Kraft was in the middle of a full-fledged breakout,
Absolutely.
like easy top 3 to 4 tight end. And like if he would have finished the year as same trajectory, yeah, he'd be going off the board. Probably you could make the argument over Loveland. You can make the argument over Loveland. So I am in on Tucker Kraft. This is one where you probably have to be a little patient. It might be a second half of the year as far as like where he's back to performance. But at this ADP and what the numbers he was putting up, I love it.
And for our underdog teams, a true difference maker in the playoffs. That's key too. This
I
guy
will say,
could be a smash playoff week guy.
If you're gonna do Kraft, you probably need to go with a 3 tight end build though.
That would be smart because you need to get to the playoffs first.
Fannin, you can make the argument for 2. I probably really only comfortable doing 2 with those top 3 guys, but Fannin, you could at least make the argument, or I guess maybe even Tyler Warren. Say Warren and Fannin, you can make the argument. Those first 3 guys, you could definitely do a tight end 2 build or 2 tight end build. Kraft, I'd recommend a 3.
Yep. And Top Gun, appreciate it, buddy. Well, we'll be doing that here before too long.
Stay tuned.
All right. So Tucker Kraft's draft season. Look at this. Really, it's kind of interesting because he was hurt before any of this, so. It's interesting how there's really not much news, and he had this big dip. It must just be people there probably was news about his injury recovery in retrospect. I bet that's probably where that dip started. Maybe some sort of blurb came out about, I don't know.
There's a lot of targets that have been vacated there, though. Romeo Doubs is gone. Now Dontavian Wicks got traded today, so we'll see what the Packers do in the draft. But yeah, right now Tucker Kraft's he's probably the second passing option, maybe even the first over Watson at times, like whenever he's back full speed. But I expect him to be right there in the mix.
Yep. Okay. Next up, it's your boy.
Is it hot in here?
All right. I'm not even going to talk. Just go.
Guys, what are we? I'm going to quote Nick Wright, which everyone's going to hate, but the insults to Patrick Mahomes have to end. This ADP is ridiculous. I'm going to click it a lot. I actually haven't yet in any of the drafts that we've done. I'm actually kind of surprised his ADP is even this high, considering coming off the ACL and his lack of targets or premium targets, if you will. But Kelsey's back. Worthy, I think, will be just the offense as a whole. They brought back Bieniemy. We have an actual real wide receiver coach now. We have an actual running back and an actual running back coach now. We'll see what they do in the draft as far as receiver, but it's a solid looking room. Like I don't know. We're not going to get the run now. When Mahomes, I think he was QB3 at the time of injury, so he was having a great year. He was QB1 for a while last season. A lot of that had to do with the run. Is that we had 0 running game, and he had to run to create any kind of offense at all. That will not be the case in 2026, coming off the ACL. But for me, I think you draft him and set it, forget it. He's going to be back week 1. I will stamp it. He'll be back week 1. There's 0 doubt in my mind.
So whenever I got this page set up, you see, I don't know if you see on here, I didn't put anything about the injury.
Yeah.
Because you have sold me on, hey, he is back. It's happening.
Dude, I'm telling you, that surgery, he got the surgery the next day, which after the injury, it never happens. Like usually you at least have to wait a couple weeks, but I mean, he's a dog. It's just, yep, Top Gun's with me. Like not starting the year, that's just not an option for him. I guarantee it.
Yep.
Stamp it.
And I will say this, we for me, from a non-Chiefs fantasy perspective, I've always liked drafting Mahomes. Always loved stacking Mahomes. He's at a great price this year. It's one of his lowest prices. He, like you said, he is coming off of a good year before his injury at the end of the season. But I do like the other quarterbacks we've talked about, like Jaxson, Dart, Herbert. Oh, hey, nice. Cards aren't a roll. Dude, Jordan Walker.
Yeah. Dustin May had a good start tonight.
Oh, man, revenge game versus Boston.
Yeah, it was the revenge game.
Yeah, the revenge game.
I did take the under on his Ks in that cash.
Dude, narratives matter.
Yeah, but no, with Mahomes. So one thing I did want to add real quick is if you do want to buy low, this is the time because as we know, off season is going to be boring, camp trash, and that kind of beat writers. It's going to be nothing but positive stuff about it. There's going to be videos coming out of him, running around and throwing, and his ADP is only going to climb by name alone. So now's the time to buy.
Yep. Or as early as you can. So let's take a look at Mahomes. Look at that. That's pretty interesting. It's not, again, normalization, and it's pretty much stayed pretty darn steady.
Mahomes he's just always been dip proof, like because he's Mahomes, and how many years he had those couple of seasons back to back where he just wasn't great from a fantasy perspective, and people were still all over him. I was like, guys, stop drafting him. Let me have him cheap. Last year I finally got him somewhat cheap, but yeah,
he's mine.
Just draft Pat. He's the best.
All right. Now we've reached one of my favorite guys to click for the last several seasons.
I love those creamsicles.
I tried to get as many of those pictures of that as I could. I really love Chris Godwin coming off of his injury recovery season where he did come back and really was pretty darn effective from what my expectations were. And kind of the anti-Brandon Ayuk. A year ago at this time, thought both of them would kind of do the path that Godwin did, and then Ayuk never just came back.
God, you and I were so right on Ayuk last year. Just could not have faded him more.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And that definitely worked. But Godwin, he's someone that I will be looking at drafting. He's got good chemistry with Baker, and with Mike Evans gone, we could see a major step up in volume. You know what okay, he's always got volume. I guess really what I should say is maybe he gets more of the touchdowns that would have gone to Evans. So I do think that this is a really good. Maybe not, but
he's never been a huge touchdown guy. Yeah, he's never been a huge touchdown guy. I mean, in the Brady days, I guess.
But he's played with Evans all of these years. This is his
sure, that's fair. And so, yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's a huge shoes to fill. But yeah, Agbuka and him, if you told me that Godwin led the team in targets, I would not be shocked at all. Agbuka has the ceiling, but Chris Godwin definitely has the better floor.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Chris Godwin is a floor play. I mean, that's what he is. His ceiling's going to be capped at probably a mid-tier, mid wide receiver 2, which again, at this ADP, that plays.
Hey, I'll take 10 to 14 points almost any given week just fine. Evans is gone, so who's a ball hog should open a ton for Godwin and Agbuka. Absolutely top gun. 100.
Yeah, and they have solid little pieces there out like Tez Johnson and Jaylen McMillan and Kenny Gainwell.
Like McMillan.
Mm-hmm. Kenny Gainwell, baby.
We love us some Kenny Gainwell. We'll be talking about him real
We
soon.
might do a whole episode on him.
We should have a Kenny Gainwell episode.
Don't tempt me with a good time.
All right. Hey, look at Godwin's draft stock having solid all-year rise of the big spike with Evans gone.
Yep.
But it's even continued to rise up even here in recent. So a lot of other people are in on Godwin. Man, it was low to start the draft season. Oh, I mean, holy cow, 118.
118, wow. Yeah, if you got him there, that's a steal.
Real nice values for those early January drafters. It can pay to draft in January. I'm sure a lot of guys that are going to be saying that.
People call you psychos, but we love you.
Hey, I'm a baseball psycho. I'm there November 1st.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, Rico Dowdle,
Another
also
Steeler.
such another Steeler, such a fun piece to draft last year, and so exciting for that 2-week stretch that he was back-to-back RB1, and
He
just
was
look,
living.
it was fantastic.
As a
Um,
Chuba guy, though, I was hurting, but yeah.
but I will say this: he came back to reality.
Mhm.
He did still have some good production, but he didn't quite live up to that elite 2-week stretch that he had. And
Yep.
I'm into him though. Like I said earlier, we talked about Warren. I'm into drafting Dowdle. I will. I definitely like Warren more. And I'm not going to look to pair them together.
Yeah, I
That's
was going
one
to
thing
ask
I
you.
will tell you. One of my general strategies is in Underdog is I like to bet that my team that I'm drafting is going to reach its highest ceiling. And I think that if Dowdle or Warren each were to hit their highest ceiling, it would come at the expense of one or the other. And I don't think that taking the roster spot, especially in back-to-back rounds, to take 2 teammate running backs is the right move. I could be
For
wrong,
stacking, yeah, for
but
stacking purposes too, you can take same receivers, the 1, 2, 3 receivers or whatever. But for running backs, I do not do that
and
from stacking standpoint.
if I am, it's going to be a late handcuff at the very end, right?
Yeah, well, I
A
still don't like doing that,
I
but
still don't either, because again, I think you're cutting off your potential for what your team's highest scoring could be by doing that.
yeah,
So yeah, but in general though, I am a Dowdle fan.
yeah, it's fine. It's if you miss out on Warren and you want a piece of the backfield, it's going to be. I don't know about it. I really could see it being straight 50-50. I really could. They're two different types of players, and they're both going to get their touches. So
Warren will be
it's
more
going to be on a
valuable
week to
though,
week.
because he
Yeah.
should be,
If he's
because
the
of his
third, assuming he's the third down back, then
right.
yeah, there's more opportunity there. But yeah, I think that there's room for, but they both have standalone value. They just if you miss out on Warren, then grab Dowdle if you want that backfield.
Yep. Couple more players. So next up, Mr. Kyle Monangai. So who I had forgot last week that we hadn't talked about yet because I had made this page and I thought last episode we'd already talked about him
All
before
right,
Cliff.
yeah, you said that. Oh, I remember that. You said I was
Yeah.
like, oh, you sure
Like,
about
nope.
that? You sure about that?
But I will say, I will draft Monangai a good amount more than Dowdle, because I think that we are looking at a higher ceiling outcome and probably just definitely a better team environment. And I'd say
Mhm.
probably just a more fun guy to click. You agree with me there?
Oh, 100%. Yeah. If it Dowdle and Monangai are there, it's Monangai. It's not close. I know they're both in committee situations, but Monangai is going to have should have a lot more scoring opportunity. And, like Swift's never been the healthiest guy in the world either. And if for some reason something happens to him, I hope not. But if it does, Monangai you could make the argument he's a RB, close to an RB1 almost, like on a week to week basis, potentially. But yeah, I'm all in on this ADP.
Yep. And Top Gun, he chimed in to say, never try to handcuff. I want all or nothing. Corey, you want to quote Herman Moore
Yep.
here?
You play to win the game.
You play to win the game.
Yeah.
Casual
No.
Chad, what's up, buddy? Glad to see you in here. Didn't realize this series started. Yep, we are in our 4th episode tonight. So if you want to go back and check the previous ones, we're doing 2 rounds at a time, and then we're jumping in a draft. That draft has happened soon, my friend. And then Top Gun also says Bears have shown they can support 2 RBs. Yeah.
Yeah, they both have standalone value, no doubt
Mhm.
about it. If one goes down, but I was like Benungai, he has the path to even, I guess, maybe be better than Swift, I guess, from a touchdown standpoint. But yeah, they absolutely both have standalone value.
Yep. And then as far as his draft season is gone, it's actually interesting. I find this very fascinating to see how it's gone down,
Yeah.
because I didn't expect to see this. I did not expect to see it go down like this. He's someone who I really would have thought we would be seeing gaining steam up the other way. So I
Yeah.
don't know. I just found that kind of intriguing.
Interesting.
You have any thoughts as to why that would be?
No,
Not
I mean,
really. Yeah.
I guess if it's offensive line, but because their center retired, but
Yeah.
and
No.
I think they lost their left tackle too, but
Yeah.
I
I
don't
don't
think
know.
that would do that much.
Top Gun says swift injury could shoot
Yep,
Monangai to the moon. You better
yep.
believe it. Moon Monangai, baby. All right. Mr. Brock Purdy of the San
Mr.
Francisco
Irrelevant himself.
49ers. Mr. Irrelevant himself. Mr. Irrelevant is very relevant. So
Yeah,
I really like draft. I love these 2 rounds of quarterbacks.
yeah.
This is the spot if you want to double tap quarterback, do it in round 7 and 8. These are some great quarterbacks to grab here. And there's stack pieces you could have had before, you can take after. Brock Purdy, I just like him. I'm gonna draft him. He's very easy to stack with. If I've got Mike Evans and Christian McCaffrey, you better believe I'm gonna be looking at Brock Purdy 100%.
Yep.
I could have him in a 2 QB build and be fine, although most likely I feel good with waiting, taking him as my QB1 and then doing a 3 QB build where I stack a few guys in later on with some pieces that I have. So yeah.
I think I know last year he definitely had injury stuff. I don't think it was he had the freak injury at the end of his rookie year in the playoffs in Philly, but otherwise pretty durable guy. Yeah, I mean in that system and everything. Last year he won me some leagues. There was one particular dynasty league that I made a midseason trade and acquired him, and I was regretting it for a hot second. But he ended up at the end of the I think it was the last 2 weeks of the last 2 or 3 weeks of the fantasy season was incredible. So shout out Brock Purdy, and yeah, I'm told for a QB2, I think it's a rock solid QB2.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. Rock solid. And then Chad says he's just going to be watching along. Well, we appreciate it, Chad. And he can see the Purdy train. Yep. May dislike the receiving core, but he carries. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So
Kittle coming back healthy will be big for him. And then also CMC and all that. So, I mean, it's his pass catchers are getting up there.
Yeah. Will Jawan Jennings go back there?
I doubt it.
Yeah, will they hold on to Ayuk? It doesn't sound like it.
Doesn't sound like it, but
will free agent Deebo Samuel return? I don't know.
You never know.
You never know. All right, to Brock Purdy's draft season, it's been very steady, very steady.
Steady Eddie, just like him. Steady Eddie,
just like him. So really, no surprises to see there. All right, 2 more guys. Next is New England Patriot Romeo Doubs. So Romeo Doubs, very sneaky play, I think. I've been a fan of drafting him late for the last few years. He really panned out last year. He's been a very stackable Green Bay piece, which now you switch that over to the Patriots. Stephon Diggs is gone. Does he emerge into their main pass catcher?
Oh, he's their number 1 right now, barring a trade, an AJ Brown trade or something. Then this is a great time to buy, in that if AJ Brown doesn't get traded there, Doubs is in my opinion, the unquestioned wide receiver 1.
And are you in to draft him?
Yeah. You like it? Oh yeah. Sorry. Yeah, I do. I love this ADP. I think this is the time. If we get through drafts, actually, honestly, after June 1st, I guess that's maybe when but this will be amazing ADP if they don't do anything else at receiver.
Yeah. So Top Gun says Purdy, Dak, etc. in this range makes it easy to pass on Lamar and Allen. You lose a lot of draft capital taking those guys. Bingo. You absolutely nailed it. And then Casual Chad says, have we talked about Kirk Cousins yet? And then Vrabel scandal is huge.
I am so invested in that. Like, I can't stop trying to find new updates on that. And I know that they're denying it, but I am so invested in that.
You're gonna have to tell me about it because I have no idea what you're talking about.
Do you remember Diana Rossini, ESPN? She was on ESPN. She was ESPN reporter.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, she was a
The
long-time
name,
ESPN reporter. Sure. And then she left a few years ago. She went to The Athletic, and now she's there at that in the New York Times and hosts a podcast, yada, yada, yada. But she's been known to have all kinds of sources throughout her time in the. Well, anyway, there were pictures surfaced the other day of her and Mike Vrabel in like some luxury hotel. There was a picture of them hugging. There was a picture of them like standing in front of each other with like their fingers locked. There's a picture of them like together at a pool, like laying in these like, like pool beds together, just yucking it up and everything. There's nothing as far as like any canoodling or kissing or anything, but that they clearly don't look like just two friends, and they've both denied it and said that there were more people there. There were other I was like, what a coincidence that you were both there without your spouses, and that was happening. Like, okay. And she used to be on the beat in ESPN. She was in for the Titans, so I'm sure she rubbed elbows with him a lot. She's been accused in the past of some maybe conduct for her sources, but anyway, they are both married, by the way, to other people, and it is scandal and a half, and I'm here for it.
Cory grew up on the E channel, so he's
yeah, dude. I love it. Love a scandal. Love the drama. And plus it's the off season. I wish this would have happened in like June, because when we're like just jonesing for new content. Yes. Pull up the Chads. Yes. Yeah. So like she's Go ahead. So the AJ Brown rumor to the Patriots, she has been hammering that all off season, and then this happens, and people are like, "Oh, I guess we know who your source is."
What if AJ Brown did go to the Patriots? Would it kill Doubs in this spot? It has to, right?
Oh yeah, his ADP would plummet we're talking like probably the 120s, 130s, I'd say.
Yeah, at least 20 spots. Yeah. Speaking of, here's his ADP. It's a really interesting, I don't know, what would you call this?
A crater?
Yeah, a crater. Yeah.
It looks like the Grand Canyon.
It really does. But it's just kind of crazy how it's gone this year. But really, that big spike up once he went to the Patriots. There's no doubt about that.
Yep. If he stays the number one there, I think this is a smash spot for him, but there's a lot could happen between now and September.
Yep. Something to keep in mind on clicking his name right now.
Yep.
Okay. Now, last but not least for tonight, the end of round 8, one Mr. Michael Pittman Jr. I have always been a fan of this guy.
Me too.
And I've been waiting for him to get out of Indy, and it's finally happened. And he's gone to Pittsburgh with Aaron Rodgers. It feels like a lateral move. So
it absolutely is.
So I don't really know what to think of him in this draft spot this year, but I'm gonna want to own some. But again, I can only own so many Steelers, for crying out loud. I just don't know. What do you think about him with this new team?
If it's Rodgers, I actually kind of like it. I know he already has DK, but and maybe some chemistry there. But this seems like a guy that Rodgers would pepper with targets because he's a veteran possession receiver, and for an older quarterback like Rodgers, he is going to throw to guys that he trusts. And DK has had some volatility, so I think Pittman would. I've always been a Pittman guy. I know whenever he was like a round 2 guy, I was off of him then, but like last year I had a ton of exposure to him. And I'm definitely buying at this ADP right now because it's boring. He's a floor guy, but I still like him.
I hear you. It's going to be hard. Wandale's coming up really soon, and when we start our next show, and it's hard for me to
speaking of floor guys,
I think Pittman is better, like objectively better. But Jeremy says can't wait for Best Ball Millionaire. Absolutely, dude. the millionaire season will be here before we know it, and I also cannot wait.
Less than 2 weeks to the NFL draft, and then that's when we get cooking.
I can't wait for the actual draft season to get upon us. We'll be drafting some millionaire teams for sure. I don't think either Corey or I are at the level of trying to max the thing out as much as I would love to. I don't see a Maxville, but I did 25 last year, and I'll do that many, if not more, this year with the channel for sure. And Corey and I will do some of those together. Actually, that'll be fun. We talked about that, doing some best ball millionaire teams together where we co-own instead of us each drafting. But speaking of us each drafting, we're about to do that here in just a minute once we move past Pittman.
Yeah, we got a couple of comments too.
I was going to say, I wanted to throw up, Chad says Rodgers confirmed. I don't think he's officially confirmed yet, right, Corey?
No, nothing. It's not official or anything. So right now
we're assuming
it's going to happen, but we're assuming at this point, but that I guess they're doing their due diligence on like Ty Simpson and guys like that. So, but yeah, nothing official.
And then Top Gun says, if only Pittman could have went to about any other team. Exactly
literally.
Exactly. Maybe not the Browns. That would have still about been.
Yeah, that's true. But, maybe the Browns. Yeah, that's
just
true.
Get out of that division.
Yeah, just I don't know. Go to a good team. It's not that hard.
Go to a coast somewhere. Go to an East or a West Coast, for crying out loud.
he was a USC guy. Go back there.
Hey, Jeremy, awesome, bud. He says he'll do some with us on his quest of 150. Well, we already pre-appreciate it. We're looking forward to it.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, buddy, I don't think we should waste much more time.
No.
I was going to show Pittman's his draft stock this year, and yeah, it's gone down. Yep. So not really a surprise. Okay, so let's pull up here. So Top Gun, Jeremy, anyone else who wants to draft with us right now, there was, since our last time, there's a new little tournament that posted. So the big board filled since our last show. And we still have the little board. We could do a little board. But they added a, what is it called? I'm going to pull it up. What is it called?
The UDFA. Yeah, it's a $2 tournament.
So it's a $2 tournament with 50 max. The little board is a 20 entry max. So Top Gun, I know that you're in here with us. I can't remember. Did you say, are you used up for the little board?
I think he said he maxed out on the little board.
So do you want to do the UDFA with us? Let us know real quick before we click to join. And anyone else who wants to chime in, if we want to just do a UDFA. Let me go ahead and get Underdog ready to come on.
He said he's screen. He's got 3 left. So yep, he's got 3 left.
Got 3 left. Okay, so let us know then. What did anyone say? And the first person to say something in the chat, we'll do a little board or a UDFA.
Little board.
Little board. Okay. Corey, are you ready for a countdown?
Oh, now we got. Okay.
Oh, and then of course, Peanut Punch, I join you for a UDFA. Well, Top Gun, you good with a UDFA? Then Peanut Punch can get in. We can do a couple of us in this one. No worries. Well, Peanut Punch, we're good with a UDFA because we're good with either of these.
Yeah,
neither Corey and I give yep, he's good with it.
Okay.
So
let's do a UDFA.
All right. Okay. Hey, thanks, Jeremy. And one other thing, Jeremy says good luck. You asked a minute ago, how's my solo shot team going? Really good. Really good. My solo shot team is killing it so far.
It's basically over.
I looked the other day because I maxed out the dinger, as you know, Corey.
Yeah. Sure.
And out of my 150 dingers, my solo shot had more points than any of my 150 dingers.
Of course it did. Of course it did. That's why you do those. Like that, it doesn't matter. Like even if it's just one entry, you never know.
And what could go wrong, right? It's going to stay that way the whole season. Nothing will change, right?
That's the thing. The championships are won in April. I've always said that.
You've always said that.
All right.
Okay,
All right, let's
I'm
get
ready.
in this beer.
So, guys, let's
All
do a
right.
countdown.
UDFA, make sure it's 20 seconds per pick.
20 seconds per pick. And 3, 2, 1, enter. One more.
2 more.
Woo! Draft starts soon.
Starts soon.
That was a close one, boys.
Wow.
We're going to have real close calls with football this year. I know that for a fact.
Everybody get in.
It's making me relog in here to Underdog in my computer. Yeah, Corey, you got spot 3.
Yeah, I'm 3.
I got spot 9. I don't see Top Gun. Top Gun. I think. Dang it, Top Gun. I think you missed it with us.
Shoot.
And let's see. Yep, Top Gun did miss it. Peanut Punch, are you in here? I'm 11 in the next one. We may just.
So what do you
say? What do you say about joining another and we just double it up and we get in with these guys? Because is Peanut Punch in? Could you double it up, Corey? You think you can handle that? Peanut Punch is in it. I'll tell you what. You don't have to, Corey. I'll double it up. I'll join in the next one with you.
Yeah, I just don't. If I had more monitors, I think I could.
That's all right. I'll do it. Countdown from 10. I do see Peanut Punch. He's in ours. All right. I'm in the other one waiting too. Okay. So let me get this draft pulled up on our screen here. All right. Now let me change our view. Okay, we are cooking, ready to go. All right.
Are there still ones open in that one?
In the other one? Yeah. It's at 8 of 12.
8 of 12.
Yep, 8 of 12. Okay, so Corey, you got Chase. I see P Punch. He got Jaxson Smith.
Is this a UDFA?
UDFA. Yeah, I'm in the UDFA.
And it's still open?
All right, well, it's at 9 of 12. Yeah, well, you're just thinking, I'm just going to do it too?
I'm doing it. Yeah, I'm in.
All right, he's in.
Whatever.
He's in. He'll double draft as well.
So he's back, baby.
We're going to talk. We'll talk about this one since this is the one we've got on the screen, and then I'll have the other one, which we'll just talk about without it being on the screen. Top Gun, don't worry. I'll switch over whenever this one.
Yeah, I was going to say whenever that starts, we'll just switch over to the other one.
You know what? Actually, let me see. Maybe I can have both of the draft boards pulled up and move back and forth between them.
So don't get crazy now.
I'm going to try it. Uno momento. Ooh, home run, Wyatt Langford. By the way,
casual Chad we got Chad in the UDFA.
Hey, nice, Chad. Glad to have you in here with us, not just watching. Okay. No, it switched it over.
And I've got my customary 11 spot.
It on the screen. It did. I can't have them both open at the same time. Dang it.
I'll have that. Keep that one on.
Okay, I'll keep this one on for right now. Okay, so I'm up in the other one. And I had grabbed CeeDee Lamb first. I'm going to go with Saquon Barkley second. All right, so in this one here, so this one we've got P Punch. We've got Top Gun. And Chad, where are you at, buddy? What is your name? I'm looking for it. Let me know. Corey, we got back-to-back picks in this one, 10 and 11.
Oh, fun.
Hey, that's very much like that first draft we did. Didn't we have 10 and 11 in our first one?
Yeah, I think so.
I think we did.
Huh. Dave Klug's in this one. I don't know if you follow Dave Klug. He's I follow him on Twitter. I think he's for the football guys or something like that.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, no, I was gonna say no, I don't know that name.
I mean, I feel like you got to go Chase here. Yeah, but Dave Klug, he's the first pick. Dave Klug. That's funny.
Casual Chad, throw in the chat what your handle is so we know, buddy. All right, so Corey, I'm going to be looking at the draft board here. So if you don't care to maybe glance over and let me know if there's a comment that I can go take a look and throw up on this day. All right, so as we're coming through in this one, it's very interesting to see who will be available here at pick 8. Over in the second draft, Corey, you have, I see what you did. You did the Chase. So you've got a Jamar Chase and a Chase Brown. And now it's at your third round pick in the other one. What are you doing here?
Should I go Higgins and go all in on the Cincinnati
Absolutely. Why not?
I have to.
We're double drafting in the UDFA. You better believe do it.
Well, that's the move.
All right. So now I'm a pick away here. This is easy, going to be easy for me. It's Lamb or Jefferson. It's that simple.
Sure.
And then you get the decision of, you're going to get one of them too. So I just took Lamb in the other one. So I'm going to mix it up to Jefferson and give you Lamb this time.
Okay. I will take it.
That's a great example of, I don't see a lot of difference between Lamb and Jefferson. They mean pretty much the same thing to me. And so back-to-back drafts where they're both available to me, I'll just mix it up. Take one draft, one the other. Meanwhile, back on that other team where I've got Saquon and CD, I think I'm going to go Tet McMillan. It's him or Breece Hall. And I know you love you some Breece. And then on this one here,
$2 popped up already, maxed out the 3. Oh, okay. Chad's asking. I'm sorry. Go ahead, make your pick, and then
I'm going to double tap Saquon. I'm going to have the CD Saquon and the Jefferson Saquon.
Yeah, Saquon. I mean, it was close between him and Hampton, but I went Hampton on that. But Chad just has how many left? Heard a $2 popped up already, maxed out the $3 one. Okay, he's in this one. Okay, Chad is unlucky.
13 Coy. Got it.
Okay.
We? Oh yeah, you figure out right next to Top Gun. Yep.
Peanut Punch. Did we figure out if you were in here?
Yeah. P Punch. He's right there. Like literally.
Chad, okay. I'm sorry. Yep. I see him.
Punch are all right by each other, and then me and you.
And he picked Ken Walker. You dog. Love that for you. Love it.
John Taylor and Ken Walker. Oh, I'm up in the other one. Oh, this is going to be easy. Ladd fell to me in the other one. I'll grab some Ladd there. So my other team has started off with Saquon, CD, Tet McMillan, and Ladd. I like that quite a bit. I could have easily pivoted to Loveland over in that other one if I wanted. I've already been very comfortable doing that.
Yep.
So Chad has gone with Amon-Ra and Trey McBride. I absolutely adore those picks.
Yeah, that's a Spencer team right there.
That is right there. That is right up my alley. I love how you spent up and grabbed Amon-Ra at pick 6 and said, I'd rather have Amon-Ra than any of these other running backs because honestly, I'm right there with you. Even though I probably would have taken McCaffrey, there will be times that I draft Amon-Ra over McCaffrey this year, 100%. It'll probably happen more often than not, to be honest with you. So Dave Klug, the guy, you're talking about at the 1, he went with Gibbs, Chase Brown, and Bowers. So no wide receiver through 3 rounds, which is very interesting.
In this other one, I had to take Burrow way early, but I couldn't risk it. It's only a few picks too, so who cares? Like literally, what's the difference? It's 4 players.
But you got him.
I had to get him. I was like, I just couldn't risk one of these guys seeing what was happening. And like this, I've been preaching it. Practice what you preach. When you got a stack going, take your guy. ADP doesn't matter.
Yep, absolutely.
Those for just for those of you who are not watching right now, my first 4 picks were Jamar Chase, Chase Brown, T. Higgins, Joe Burrow.
Ooh, I like it. Corey, you see what Top Gun says? Corey has me sold on the Chargers.
Yeah, I know. Like I've become what I hate.
Say
I have become what I hate.
On the Chargers, it's crazy.
Gassing up the Chargers in April is a time-honored tradition that I've made fun of for years. But man, it's
now
just all the pieces are there. Just stay healthy, and it's the sky's the limit. I mean, that offense before all the injuries was cooking with Greg Roman. Like, imagine what they're going to do with Mike McDaniel.
So, coming back to my round 5 over in the other draft, I'm gonna get David Montgomery, so that's pretty awesome.
Monty.
It was him over Judkins for me. We talked about that last show, I believe it was.
Yep.
Okay, now we're coming back to my pick here in this, both of our picks.
By the way, that pick I just took DJ. I took DJ Moore over Devontae Adams. Your thoughts?
Yeah, I agree. Yep, I agree with it. Higher target volume. Devontae Adams, obviously the touchdown upside, but still. After we talked about DJ Moore and just really thinking about DJ Moore's spot in that Bills offense has me very into wanting to draft DJ Moore this year.
I know.
Probably I'm a little over too excited, to be honest with you.
DJ Moore?
Yeah, on DJ Moore.
Yeah, maybe, but I mean, as soon as I clicked Tet, I was like, shoot, I should have gone Lad. But Garrett Wilson's there.
Okay. So now this is a very interesting one because I've already been having Bucky stare me in the face several times this draft season.
Remember what I sent you?
I know I saw. I went ahead and just went T. Higgins because that feels like a good spot there.
That's the right pick.
T. Higgins is I mentioned this before. I like taking him unstacked as well. And I still could throw Burrow in if I wanted, but I don't need to. I know that most people that draft Bengals are going to do what you did in the other, and they're going to want to stack them together. So I think when you can unstack it could theoretically unlock a unique lineup.
For those of you who I saw a stat, I think it was from Sleeper earlier, maybe they posted it, like reposted, but it was Bucky had 0 carries inside the 5-yard line last year.
Which, yeah, very eye-opening. Who did? Sean Tucker? Rashad White? Were those? I mean,
probably. I just took Alec Pierce. I don't have it. That's something I'm probably not going to do a ton of this year, but it did.
Yeah,
it done did it.
Hey, you know what? Again, I really am loving going through and talking these players out because since we've talked about Alec Pierce last week, I'm more in on him after talking about him, and especially like on his expanded role. P-Punch, I hear you, bro. I know mine are lining up too, right at the same spot.
Yeah, all right. I know. Mine thankfully aren't, but I'm watching. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, Sean Tucker. Yeah, right. But that was just a stat that, I mean, I'm not saying that, that one way or the other. I just, whenever I saw that was kind of like, oh, wow, I didn't really think about that.
It's kind of an eye-opening stat. Yep.
Yeah.
So as we're approaching back around here, I want to take a look at our guys' teams here. So Chad has Amon-Ra, Trey McBride, Travis Etienne Jr., and I'm just going to call him Etienne, and Jameson Williams. Top Gun, after going with back-to-back running backs, McCaffrey and love it. Went with Pickens and Burden, super interesting. P-Punch has Taylor, Ken Walker, Breece Hall, that's right up your alley, and Zay Flowers. Ken Walker and Breece Hall back-to-back.
Guy after my own heart.
So much, but still, I love the 3 running back start, and I'm assuming now it'll probably be a mostly fade RB build, but it'll be interesting to see what you do here, P-Punch, because maybe you go stronger and you just go with 4 or 5. I doubt 4. Not in a 20 round. I doubt you go 4. I pretty much never go 4, but I will occasionally go 4 in the 18 rounds. If I really love my 4, I'll just roll with 4 and take the extra wide receiver. Okay, it's my pick.
I know exactly
oh my
where
gosh,
you're going with. Yeah. I know exactly where you're going with in this one, so I'll just go ahead and look down the list.
Well, I don't know which one is which, so this has to be who you're talking about, right?
Yeah, obviously. Yeah, I knew you were gonna. I went
with DK in the other one, which, by the way,
God dang it, I can't stop.
Won't
stop. Can't stop, won't stop.
It's going to be a long Brian Thomas drafting year for you, buddy.
Sure
Cat alert.
Oh, shoot. Sorry, guys.
Man, I have some fun-looking wide receivers. I mean, so do you. We've got some fun-looking wide receivers, but...
it's just me. Who did he take?
Back to you. And I'm a pick away. P-Punch, I know, it's rough. It's hard to even know which draft is which. Okay, this is the other one that's not on the screen. I was just talking about Allgeier tonight. I'm going to do Allgeier in this one like I was just talking about tonight.
I do. Top Gun. I do. It's stupid.
Oh, man. Oh, I got Jaylen in at the last second.
Whew.
But I almost just got Christian Watson. I would have been fine. I would have been fine with that. Don't get me wrong. But I almost just got autoed there.
Top Gun called me out on my love for BTJ. Spencer remembers, like, I coming into the draft, I wanted him to be a Chief so bad, and the Jags broke my heart when they took him. And his entire rookie year, all I kept saying was like, he should have been a Chief. And then last year I was like, thank God he's not a Chief. But I really wish they would trade him, but if he's stuck there, then I'm stuck with him. Dang it.
Dude, I hear you.
I know. It's brutal. But I just the talent. I love the talent. Like maybe there I knew there was an injury, but also he's a boundary guy. Guy doesn't like to get hit. So maybe I'm sure that doesn't win his teammates over. Oh shoot, and I just got I'll take Monangai.
Oh, did you get on the other one?
I did. I got it. I got it in. Oh my God, I missed it. But I will take. I actually love that Monangai there. But
Top Gun. Speaking of Bears, look at this really nice Bears trio he just did in a row with Burden, Adunze, and Caleb. Love that.
Yeah.
Big fan. And then Casual Chad, he went ahead and grabbed Jalen Hurts this round. So you and P-Punch are out of the group of the 5 of us, the only 2 without a quarterback yet. So we'll see. I'm sure that trend will probably change with one of the next 2 rounds because we are now entering round 7, 8. And wouldn't you know it, it started off with Parker Washington, just like our show did today. That. How about that?
Dang it. Got sniped.
So I'm on the other draft. What Corey has, everyone, is Joe Burrow with Chase Brown, Kyle Monangai, Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, DJ Moore, Alec Pierce, Romeo Doubs, and Harold Fannin. A very well spread team. Question is, how are you going to fill in that running back room over there?
Well, I was about to take J.K. Dobbins, and I got sniped on it, and so now we're going to be bargain bin on the running backs. We might go with a 10 running back build.
There you go.
I'm only halfway through. I feel like this other one, our first one, is moving it so much faster.
It's in round 9. Yeah, it is. It's in round 9. In this one, we're just now coming to the end of 7. Which I'm fine with. Trust me, I'm fine. Let's get these things separated a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay, so I am a pick away. We're both a pick away. Jordan Addison just went to P-Punch after Michael Wilson to Top Gun and Rhamondre to Casual Chad. All right, as I am now waiting for this round 7 pick here, I am thinking about doing what you just did with Fannin. However, if Warren makes it, which he did, because Fannin just went, so that made it easy. Jaylen Warren time. Come on down. And again, this is the perfect spot where I was talking about with a good fall. And then you went ahead and grabbed Allgeier here.
That's my RB2.
Now I'm up in the other one. I still don't have a quarterback, which is risky as can be, but we're going to push quarterback in the other one.
Oh, man, this dude's a double tap quarterback. You know it.
There he is. He's coming home.
You let me get QB1 in round 8. Come on, guys. I thought you were serious players.
You know what? I think I'm going to do what we just talked about tonight, and this will be my first Tucker Kraft team. And my plan is to do what you kind of laid out, and I think makes a lot of sense with drafting Tucker Kraft, and that's to make sure to do a 3 QB team, and or not QB, tight end team, and most likely I will try to push that. I may look, somewhere around, let's see, 11-12. We'll see.
Oh man.
What just happened to you in the other one?
I got sniped again, dude. This dude, same dude. Yeah, dang. Malik Willis. I wanted him my QB2. I was locked and loaded, and he went QB.
Hey,
so I took Sam Darnold. I'm not in love with it, but
well, you could be me and not have a QB yet, and these are the names going.
Sure.
But I've got really good. I've got really good running backs and wide receivers. So.
You were taking all those dumb running backs. What a loser.
All right. We are coming to the end of round 8 now. And as we approach the end of round 8, there goes Brock Purdy to P-Punch. Lawrence just went off the board. But Top Gun and Chad just grabbed Dowdle and Blake Corum. Blake Corum is someone we've not talked about yet, who will be on next week's show. And he's a fascinating running back to discuss for draft season this year. I don't know. We'll talk about that next week. You there, Corey?
I'm sorry.
It's all right. Just wanted to make sure.
Overload right now. Yeah.
You're not quite used to multi-table drafting.
If I had another screen, like it'd probably be easier, but I don't have the whole command center right now.
Hey, you just got to go back and forth between the active and then wait. You got to
no. I'm doing the other one on my phone though.
There's, I sit here and I've got my iPad going. I know you know this, but and I know plenty of others have. But whenever I've been trying to max out tournaments that are about to fill before, I've been known to go sometimes between 5 to 8 drafts at once, and that's not necessarily smart. That was a few years ago whenever I was trying to think that bulk was key, and bulk is not key. Quality is key. I will tell you that right now. Quality over quantity, guys, with your drafting. Remember that. Okay. I'm back up again. This is a super interesting pick here. You know what? Let's just roll with Kenyon Sadiq there.
Oh.
And then in our draft, so I have 2 running backs right now. Oh, well, easy peasy lemon squeezy.
Yeah,
Kenny Gainwell, come on down.
Okay. I am going to maybe mix it up a little here. I'm going to go Laporta, and I'm going to go with the 2 tight end build.
I see. Two strong tight ends. Warren Laporta. I like it.
Even though that was probably dumb if I wanted to get the Mahomes Kelsey stack.
I mean, if you want to do 2, you could still add Kelsey if you want, but
sure. But
I probably would just let it go.
I am on the clock at the same time. Oh no, I'm my one away.
You're one away. Oh, dude, I know. P-Punch, he gets it. There goes Jaden Reed. Now it's on you and ours. Ours. I just mean the one on the screen.
Worthy was really tempting there, but for my running back room, I was like, I want to grab Jordan Mason's. Was kind of at the end of a tier right there, I think.
And man, this is tough. Love or Baker? I think I'm going to go Love because I have Kraft. Yep. Love Kraft. See what I did there?
Nailed it.
All right. Now we actually have a nice go around. How about you? Or where are you looking at over in the other draft? No, you're up in the other draft right now.
Yeah, I'm up right now.
Bill time. Bill. No, I know you're not a Bill drafter.
I was last year, but not right now. Why not? I'll go.
Mark Andrews. Yeah, I like Mark Andrews.
Why not?
Yeah.
And I'm probably actually okay Fannin Andrews. I'm probably fine. 2 tight end on that one.
Yeah, you could use
it's borderline, but
yeah. I think it's borderline, but it's probably good enough, and you could use that since you have light running back room, only 3 so far, to help build your running back depth.
Okay, where are we at here?
Oh man, I was really hoping that Bryce would have made it, and he didn't in this other draft. I thought last round I might be able to push it with the go around. I was wrong.
It's a very balanced team that I have so far. Yuck. What the heck? Kyron is old. I agree.
Kyron is old. Kyron, what's he, 27?
I was going to say 26.
Yeah.
26 would be my guess. Oh my gosh. Yeah, these drafts are synced up now. This is a nightmare.
Welcome to Best Ball Draft Addicts, Cory.
I know. I need to start training myself on these.
I know.
Or on doubling up.
This is good training for you. That's right. All right.
Would I be dumb to go Kelsey and go 3? Yeah, that's a lot of tight ends with this in the first 11 rounds, 12 rounds. I don't like that. Yeah, we're going to stick with that.
Okay. What did you do, by the way? I'm sorry. You didn't take Kelsey?
Me? I haven't. No, I'm not going to.
There goes Chris Rodriguez here. That's an interesting one. I'm not quite sure what to think of Chris Rodriguez with the Jags this year, but we'll talk about him in a few episodes. He's someone who is intriguing to me, though. All right, we're a pick away from us in this one, Cory. For me, I'm going to go ahead and grab old man Aaron Jones.
I'll go Jaden Higgins there.
Jaden Higgins. Yeah, that's a good pick. I like that.
Gosh, I'm so mad at myself. I should have, instead of Laporta, I screwed up there. I would have taken, honestly, it probably would have been Worthy a lot later, but Worthy, and then I could have got Kelsey, had a Chiefs build, and be just the happiest person on earth. But regrets.
Cory, Pete Punch is right with you. Look, this was a horrible idea.
It's really dumb. Regrets.
What's coming back to you?
Yeah.
You're up.
Yeah. I guess Stroud makes some sense here with the Jaden Higgins pairing, even though I like Sam Darnold more. Sure. Why not? Whatever. CJ Stroud.
Why not? And I'm
Why
going
the heck not?
And I'm going to go with Dallas Goedert, who I think is a really nice 2 to Kraft, who can essentially be my 1 just until Kraft comes back. All
The other
right.
one I went Debo. I mean, he's gonna sign somewhere.
He has to, right? I mean,
Yeah,
Debo's not done.
Yeah, he probably is a post. Like, I mean, he's one of those where he probably knows right now his market's going to be post draft when teams that miss out on maybe the receiver they were looking at or something like that, and then teams also don't want to. They like to at this point manipulate the comp pick structure, so they want to make sure and like block people from comp picks, so they strike them right after the draft, so they're not comp pick eligible.
Yeah.
So right now, players being free agents means nothing. Like Juwan Jennings, I have heard he's asking a little too much right now. His number will come down, I'm sure, but that's what a lot of teams' hesitations are. Is they want to see how the draft plays out, and then also avoid the compensation pick structure.
Does Tyreek Hill being a free agent mean nothing?
No, I mean he's sure taking his time again. He was cut, so the comp pick thing doesn't matter there. But yeah, I mean,
I just don't know as far as injury wise. I've not really.
I would say no at this point. No, I would say I would say at this point no. It probably doesn't matter that much. Like that's not the reason why. The injury, yes, but also it could be the draft.
So in the other draft, by the way, we're coming up to round 16. We have just started round 16.
Mm-hmm.
So we're moving right along. That one will be done soon. We'll be down to just this one because, yeah, this one is going at a much quicker pace.
Burrow, Darnold, 2 QB or no?
I would lean no. If you could help it. But if you can't help it, if there's not a good option, then I think you can live with it. That's my gut feel for that combo right there. Because there's obviously not hardly any sort of rushing ceiling there. And we have seen, Burrow have some trouble staying on the field from time to time. Mm-hmm. So probably wouldn't be the worst thing. But also you could just say, hey, they do stay healthy. And if they both stay healthy for this team to smash, just bet on it. You can look at it that way too.
Bet.
Just bet on it. Okay. I'm coming back up here. Now, after going with the strong wide receivers to start this draft, you see, I pushed it. You've pushed it too, except for you added in Higgins. I still haven't added in that next one yet. And I don't think I'm going to because I think this is a good spot with my 4 running backs to take Zach Charbonnet and knowing that I can wait on him however long, hopefully not that long. Hopefully he's back relatively soon. And Zach Charbonnet is a running back I've always been a big fan of.
I hate this pick, but...
Yeah, Judy's kind of gross, but I get it.
I'm not a Judy guy, but yeah, I didn't want to take Keaton Mitchell, already having Hampton. I didn't want to take Connor, already having Allgeier. So it's kind of hamstringed there into taking that one.
Yeah, back to you here again.
I'll go Gino.
So I am going to go ahead and keep pushing wide receiver, and I'm going to take my 3rd tight end now and get the stack piece with Jaden Daniels, the new stack piece in Chigakonkwo. And that now I feel good with Goddard and Chig covering me until Kraft is back, and then I feel like I've got some nice ceiling from my tight end throughout the whole season. Because I felt so good with my first 4 wide receivers, it's allowed me to be able to do this and add in these running backs, quarterbacks and tight ends for this many rounds in a row and still feel good about my team.
Mm-hmm.
How about you? I mean, how are you feeling right now with your build of 3-3-6?
I'm not in love with it. I'm not in love with it.
3 running backs are... Yeah, I can see it being a problem depending on, even with however you fill it out from here, we're in speculation territory at running back now.
Yeah, and just the board. Our last stream, the board just fell fantastically fantastically. But it felt, it was, I loved how the board fell last week or last stream. And was super happy with everything. I mean, just all my stacks lined up perfectly. It just is, sometimes those happen, but the board has not fallen great for me on this one. I loved my start, especially with my receivers, getting Hampton and then even Mahomes. But again, going back to that, I wish I would have taken, and I wish I would have skipped out on Laporta. But hey, now that I've committed to that, like that, or the 2 tight end build, that's a open spot that I can put on running back. So,
do you like Darian Price?
He is a landing spot dependent guy. Some people think he's the second best prospect in the draft. So he's a Notre Dame guy too. So he was Jeremiah Love's.
Right.
Yeah,
I know that.
Yeah. So
I know that now.
People,
can you believe I actually know that?
I'm guessing he's probably a late day 3. Like he's somewhere in the 3rd round potentially, if not a little later. But it just depends. But I would say, I mean, he didn't test great, but that's okay.
We're going to talk about it next show. I was just wondering, wanted to get a kind of pre-thoughts before we go into the next one, which, by the way, again, just to remind everyone, we said it earlier. We'll probably say it one more time at the end, but we're going to go on again on Wednesday this upcoming week instead of Tuesday. So just wanted to remind everyone that, because normally it's going to be Tuesday night, crew. Okay. Where are you at in the other draft, Corey?
I'm up next.
I thought you were getting close.
Yeah.
I'm looking at this one.
I already see one that I definitely have to draft. I'm going to take Ray Davis. That one.
Go ahead and get you some Ray Davis.
Yeah, a little Ray Davis in my life. And then I already know who my... Assuming he's there. That'd be crazy if he's not for the next one, but crazy things tend to happen in these.
Well, you just did it in the other draft and you just called it out. So I think I'm going to go ahead and do it here and grab me some Deebo Samuel as I now dip back into wide receiver. I mean, I could do a lot worse. I feel like waiting for wide receiver 5 with Deebo in round 15. You're up, sir.
Oh, yep.
There it is.
Dylan Sampson. Yeah. I'm not in love with it, but I just have to, they're dart throws at this point.
Hey, you know what? Just call Sampson.
I want to talk to Sampson. Boom. Got my guy. My 3rd tight end, Gesicki. Bengals booed.
Top Gun, that sucks. Got an auto hunter. Hey, Cool Smurfer is all about Chig. Love it.
Okay.
And Top Gun, he's also in on Sharbs.
So yeah, Charbonnet was who I was gonna take. You got him right the pick ahead of me.
So
shoot. Did I just get autoed? Yes, dang it. That's okay. All right. Well, I'm done at receiver. No, that's only 7. That's not bad.
I'm going to grab Sean Tucker, and now I'm going to be done at running back here. I feel really good about those running backs. And Sean Tucker, even if he only does what he's been doing, that's like 2 good weeks a year. Those 2 good weeks are really big weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Over in the other one, we're in round 19. Troy Franklin, Elick Io Manor. I think I'm going to go Io Manor. Yeah, I am, because I have Cam Ward, so I'm going to do that stack piece. I also have Wandale, but I don't love it. I mean, Io Manor looked good for a while last year, and then DK took over and looked so much better as the year went on. But there was a few weeks early where I was like, oh man, Io Manor is going to be a good pick, and he was catching, his first month. All right. So for me and the other one, Tyler Warren, Sadiq, I don't think I can be done there. I think I need one more. And
because
Theo Johnson, I think Theo Johnson's a good pick, even though Isaiah Likely there. I still think Theo's a good round 20 pick. Likely's had some injury history.
He has. That is for sure. All right, last pick. What do I need here? Probably.
All right, for all of us double drafters, me, Corey, and P Punch were almost done. P Punch just grabbed him some Greg Dulcich, I see, over in the other one is in the last round.
Yeah,
so,
they're gassing him up down there.
Are they?
Yeah.
Dulcich has always gotten hype, and then he's just never done anything.
He flashed in Miami. He looked okay, and then was it
I mean, people
last year? I think it was last year
with
the Giants. Last year he was he had a great preseason, and they got him.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of stupid, but yeah, we're gonna do it. There we go. A 3-7-7-3.
Is that what your build is over in the other one? Hey, there's nothing wrong with that. I've done those.
Yeah. That's what happens when you push running back.
That is what happens when you push running back, and you've done it again here. Okay, we're about to come back up. Now we just got one draft to focus on. So I've got two quarterbacks, a 2-6-5-3. I've got 4 picks left. Most of them are going to be wide receivers. I do know my first one. I will feel blessed if I can get this. And I did. Sweet. Tank Dell, come on home. I love shooting for that upside with again, these anchors that I've got up at the top. Man, now I can add in a couple more like boring pieces, and I'm going to still feel really good.
Yeah, it's a good one.
You think I'm good enough with going with the 2 quarterbacks with Love and Daniels?
Yeah. That's all health dependent right there. But I don't think there's.
I guess you why Rodgers, I guess. Rodgers is here. Yeah. That's because it's a bit of a little bit of an ADP fall for Rodgers, and
if he doesn't sign with Pittsburgh, though, it's probably a 0 all year.
I know, and he's really the only one that I would want here. It's just like,
Top guy. Yeah, you're right. What a jerk. I could have stacked Tank Dell with my
Yep. Hey, eat it, Corey.
Wow. Ouch.
Okay. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna go ahead and do it. And if it's a nothing, it's a nothing. But that's fine. Round 18, that would be normally the last round pick of a normal draft anyway.
Sure.
But if it was a normal draft, I would have definitely gone 2. There's no doubt about that. I probably would have not taken Sean Tucker either, and just if I was doing an normal 18 round and I had my build all the way through 14 rounds, I would have closed it out with 4 straight wide receivers.
Yeah, I'm just kind of struggling on these. Like, do I just double tap running back again and go with 8? Or do I split it and go 8th wide receiver and a 7th running back?
Yeah, because you're committed to the 2 tight ends.
Yeah.
I mean, if you can find another running back that you feel fine with the gamble on, I don't think it would be the worst thing in the world with this team for it to hit.
I like Vidal, but I'm not taking a handcuff. So
yeah. But also again, when it's that late versus Amari DiMercado, you could have maybe argued that based off what the drafts we've done, DiMercado could have made it to your round 19 pick. We've seen him go earlier in some and go in round 20 in some. So he's kind of a hit or miss depending on the draft.
And just the more you scroll down, it's just like the running back graveyard, like the running backs of old that have gone to die. Oh, I didn't know Damian Pierce is on the Eagles now. The Chiefs actually picked him up last year for their practice squad, but he never did anything.
Yeah, I didn't know Damian Pierce wasn't still kicking away in old Houston.
Oh yeah, they cut him last year, like mid-season, and yeah, Chiefs. He ended up signing with the Chiefs practice squad. But
So let's
you're not good when you can't crack the Chiefs running back room last year because it was horrendous.
now, as we look at our other teams here, so Chad has a 3.582. He just picked Jahan Dotson. Top Gun has a 3.673 after just taking old Tonjes. Ooh, this is interesting. P Punch just grabbed him another running back with Isaac Garindo, a name who I haven't even thought about because didn't he miss? He missed all of last season, right?
Yeah, I can't remember if it was that. I think the injury, but he might. I wouldn't be surprised if he was a healthy scratch at one point too. It just seems like they lost confidence in him.
I can't remember. I'm going to have to look into Isaac Garindo, but there was a period of time where I was into him 2 years ago.
Oh yeah, I mean Garindo rookie year, he was supposed to be the RB3, but then Elijah Mitchell got hurt like he always does, and Garindo had a few good games.
So I think tonight, Corey, you might be 4 for 4 on stream drafts for drafting Jaden Blue.
I might be
either that or 3 for 4.
In for a penny, in for a pound.
That's right. Jaylen Noel. Speaking of, how about that?
I know
there it is.
Yeah.
And
I almost clicked Hollywood, but then I was like, nope, no.
Just wait, buddy.
Just out of habit. Just out of habit.
Speaking of out of habit, I was going to see if you could guess who I'm going to take, but no need to guess because here it comes. Yeah. Cooper Kupp, come on down, baby. Last round, Cooper Kupp.
Coop.
Gotta love the Coop. So it's crazy to me. It makes sense. It's not actually crazy, but it's just so weird to see him in round 20.
Top Gun and Peanut Punch, they confirmed the Garindo. He did start with an injury, but then was
okay.
Yeah, he was a healthy scratch. Yeah, they I don't know, he might not even make the team, but that doesn't mean he won't end up somewhere else. But the 49ers always do that. They always draft a running back somewhere in the draft. Like they can't just not do it. Every year it's a guarantee they will draft a running back somewhere.
Buddy, look at these last couple picks here. I love these wide receiver picks that our guys took. So P Punch grabbed him Hollywood. And then after that, Top Gun, Tez Johnson.
I like Tez.
And then Chad got him some Olamide Zaccheaus, which is a very sneaky, interesting last pick. Followed by Deshaun Watson. Someone thinks there's a chance he might actually play again.
He could. I mean, he's gotten healthy.
I'm not going to lie. I would be so intrigued to see Deshaun give it one more go. I would actually really love to see him try because it was so pathetic seeing him out there that last time. He looked like a shell of himself the last time we saw him.
And I don't feel bad for him. But yeah,
you have no sympathy.
None whatsoever for him. But yeah, the fact that the dude's set for life, generational money, and Cleveland I think this is the last year that because this is the last year that they can, like next year they can cut him without like absolutely getting crushed in dead cap. But like right now they had to roster him because of the dead cap.
Yep.
And all right, so why not? But
well, Corey, we have made it through. We did 2 drafts at once. We survived. You did it. Congratulations. I'm proud of you.
That was exhausting.
P Punch, he was in it with us. So let's go ahead and let's look at our teams here. So we're going to start with Chad's unlucky 13 Coy. He went with a 3-5-10-2, which is super interesting. Let's focus on what his 2 were. It was Trey McBride, and then waited and took Gunnar Helm. So this is a Trey McBride all or nothing. And I'll be honest with you, if you're going to do it with someone, that's the one to do it with. I'm fully on board. And then He went with the 3 quarterbacks, Jalen Hurts in round 6, and then round 9, 10, double tapping Goff and Shuck. So he didn't have to wade through any of the muck in the bottom of quarterback like most of us did. I like taking that trio right there and being done by round 10. And then he, with the 10 wide receivers, we see he did the double early Lions with Amon-Ra and Jameson Williams, and then pushed it. But look at the stack pieces he was able to get. Shakir, Diggs, Tesla, Mike Washington, Mooney, Vele, Dotson, and Zacchaeus. This is a formula that could potentially unlock huge return, Chad. And I'm really on board with what you did. It's just a question is, did the players work out? Only time will tell. But you've got such a nice, good thing you got Goff too, man. What a nice stack. And then the running backs really nice. ETN, Scatabo, Rhamondre, Blake Corum, and Malik Washington, right? No, Mike Washington. Malik Washington was the other Washington. You took both M. Washingtons.
Yeah.
All right, Top Gun's team went with the classic 3-6-8-3 build. I would say this is what the majority of, this is the smart build right here. This is the hedge your bets build that I'm going to do most of the time. The 3-5-10-2, that's a shoot for your upside potential build. And based off of each team, I love seeing the starts and then how the builds turned out. Because as we see Top Gun start, it's the double running backs with the 1 and 2. And then after that, waited until Dowdle, Chris Rodriguez, Pacheco, and then what's this guy's name? Katron Allen. Katron.
Yeah.
Ooh, I kind of like that name. Katron.
So like natron means.
Yeah, it's the first time I've heard it or said it out loud. All right. And then his 3 wide receivers, he waited, right? Yep. And went with Gadsden. And then after Gadsden, you've got Njoku and Tonjes. That's a nice trio for waiting. Gadsden gives you your upside. Njoku could be a steal based off of his landing spot. Again, weighted at quarterback, you got Caleb, which was your stack with those Bears pieces, and then Cam Ward and Brissett. This was in the 12-13. So for waiting, again, I like double tapping those in the 12-13. Looks like we're going to be talking about the same thing coming up for P-Punch after this. So at wide receiver, Pickens, Burden, Adunze, Micah Wilson, Wandale, Travis Hunter, Calvin Ridley, and Tez Johnson. Personally, I'm a big fan. I like all of them for different reasons. I think they fit together really nice as a group. Overall, Corey, what's your thoughts on Top Gun?
I like it. I like that. I like that team a lot more than mine.
It's very balanced, isn't it? It's a very well-balanced team.
It's a good team.
All right, P-Punch, let's see what you did here. So you went with the 3-5-9-3. So one less running back, it makes sense with going with the 3 at the top. If we were doing a 18-round draft, I would say you probably would have just done a 4 running back build. JT, Ken Walker, Breece Hall. He added on to that later Mr. Alvin Kamara and the aforementioned Isaac Garendo. All right, now let's see what he did with tight end. So we've pushed tight end all the way to Kittle, go on the Kittle bounce back, but then bring it back with Ferguson and Hawkinson, which is very interesting floor pieces to go with the second half of the year ceiling that Kittle could provide. So I think this is a very intriguing tight end room. It's similar to mine, very similar to mine, starting with Kraft. Obviously, Kraft may be having a higher upside than Kittle, although that's debatable, right? I would say because of age, Kraft. But Kittle, last year I was all aboard the Kittle train still. At this point, I mean, last summer I thought Kittle was going to smash.
Everybody, he was the most popular 4th round pick.
Yeah.
4th, 5th round pick by far. Everybody just thought he was going to smash it. And I mean, I think he had a good year, but it was just,
Yeah. Yep. And then at wide receiver, the 9 wide receivers. So, I mentioned the quarterbacks, which, Purdy waiting until round 8. And then the 12-13, Darnold, Mendoza. You've already made the comment that you don't think Mendoza is going to start the year, right? You think he'll be a second half of the year guy and Cousins will start the year?
Yeah, I mean, they signed Cousins to a lot. It's like a 3-year deal, but it's mostly fluff. It's pretty much a 1 year, 18 million. They didn't pay. I mean, granted, maybe they did because Cousins' agent should be in the Hall of Fame, but they've said they want him to be the starter, and that's the right move. It's like they're getting Mendoza. I'm not. I think Mendoza is the far and away number one quarterback in this draft, talent wise, but he's not like up there like caliber of a prospect with the Burrows, Caleb, and even at the time Trevor Lawrence and whatever. Like he's probably does need some seasoning, and there's literally not a better quarterback to have in that room. That similar value, similar play style, but even though Mendoza's a little more mobile than Kirk ever was, but having Kirk in the room with him and being able to sit and watch, it's a great move. And so yes, but if you told me that Mendoza's takes over the job halfway through the season, I would not be surprised.
Over under week 6.5.
I'd actually say the over. I don't know I don't know. Top Gun thinks 3 games. I don't know if it'll be that bad. I think he would have to be an absolute disaster for them to pull the trigger on that, because it's not like last year Dable had to make that move because his job was on the line. They just hired a brand new coach. So he's not coaching for his job, and they're probably not coaching to make the play, or they're probably, they know they're not quite there yet. So I don't know. Like there's just no reason for them to throw Mendoza out there.
Well, he's going to be the number 1 overall pick, and everyone's going to be calling for it, and that's going to be the reason. So,
I mean, Mahomes got to sit for a year; it worked for him. So.
Yeah, it just doesn't happen though. It's so rare now that most of these guys, even if they're not ready, they get them out there.
Yeah, no, I know that, but it hasn't. And I mean, outside of like Jaden Daniels, it really hasn't. But he was already 23. He'd been around a while. Hey, I'm not saying Mendoza can't. I'm just saying they're going to ride Kirk until they just absolutely okay, like this guy is a turnover machine. We've got to do something. But I really feel like it'll be a back half of the year that they'll turn it over to Mendoza.
Any thoughts on this question real quick, Corey? Are the Lions supposed to have a weaker schedule this year? Do you know anything about that?
I don't know about their strength of schedule. I haven't seen. I mean, given that division, can't imagine but let's see.
Yeah, I agree, Top Gun, by the way. I do agree that I think it's best for these kids to sit and study and learn. It's just the teams rush them out. These last 5 years, we've seen it happen more and more every year.
Well, and that's why you've seen them struggle. Could, but I totally get it, why they do it. It's just, they really would benefit. Mm-hmm. They really would benefit from being able to sit.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Corey, we're back to our teams here. So with our teams, if you look at how we started, look at us through 8 rounds. Other than like just mirroring like these quarterbacks and tight ends, we have the identical type of builds. Identical.
You're projected to score 1 more point than me.
Oh, that's hilarious. So we were just right lockstep and barrel along with each other as we went along this draft. I spin up a little more at quarterback. You spin up a little more at tight end. Who knows what's going to end up being better? I'm a big fan of the way that this team turned out. I of course went a little heavier at running back in this range than you, as I kind of went every other round running back, starting with Jaylen Warren. And by doing that, I was able to add a crew of, I think, a solid mix of upside and veteran and injury return. And then Sean Tucker, which kind of plays in nice with Gainwell and kind of an anti-Bucky thing, right? So anyway, I was really into mine. I'm super happy getting the Tank Dell and Debo with waiting.
Very balanced.
With all that said, what do you think of yours? Because as we were almost identical, like I mentioned, through 8 rounds, as our deviation happened here, what do you think of your team as we move down compared?
Real quick, I want to answer the Lions strength of schedule question. They have the 27th ranked strength of schedule, which it's so basically like the 6th easiest. So yeah, it's looking good for them.
I wanted to say this too, show this comment and say, if this does happen, that is best case scenario. Maybe not for fantasy owners this
For
season,
fantasy,
but for the long term.
Yeah.
April projections are king.
Yep.
Go ahead.
This team, I'm not in love with it. I think it's of the teams we've done so far, it's probably my least favorite. I mean, Mahomes, I'm always going to love that, but Stroud, I'm not a Stroud guy. And I don't know, like Stroud and Geno.
Browns and Texans. Yeah, I get it.
And Hampton, Allgeier, Mason, I'm actually okay with that. But then after that, Samson, Ray Davis, steal the draft, Amari DiMercato, and Jaden Blue, dart throws at best. So not great there. I actually really like, I'm not a Jerry Jeudy guy. I wasn't in Denver. I wasn't in Cleveland last year. I drafted him in round 7. It's like, you people are insane. Jerry Jeudy is not good, but he's had 4 good games, and it was all with Jameis Winston, because Jameis Winston is fantasy gold.
He is.
But anyway,
he had a QB 1 week just last
I did,
year.
And Top Gun called me out. That's my regret, is I screwed up the KC stack. I took Laporta just to mix it up, because I probably won't go tight end that early, and I could have taken Worthy, gone Kelsey. So I did screw that up. But hey, I ended up with a Houston Texans stack.
Yeah, so it's all good.
So yeah, I loved how it started with my receivers. I mean, I'm sucker for those guys, and Warren Laporta. I was interested to see what it would look like with a 2 tight end build. But this is a build that I won't have very often. So, but that's why we do 5,000 of these.
That's right.
Yep.
Well, that was super fun. I had a great time tonight. We are at our 2 hours and 20-minute mark, which is right where we've been the last couple shows.
Yep.
So I think we're going to go ahead and call it for tonight. But for Top Gun, Casual Chad, P Punch, all the rest of you guys, Jeremy, everyone else in the chat, thanks for coming along with us tonight.
Appreciate it, guys.
Super fun. We'll be back Wednesday night. A reminder:
Underdog promo code BBDA. If you're into that sort of thing, you're all not new users, clearly, but tell your friends.
Yep, and if only I hadn't sniped Tank Dell from you, Corey.
Classic. That's why there's no friends in best ball.
Hey, that's right. And P Punch, appreciate it, guys. You guys have a great weekend. Weekend.
Yeah, today's Friday.
Yeah. Yep, today's Friday. I'm all thrown off.
Yeah.
But this has been a lot of fun. And until next time, everyone, keep drafting. See you next time.
See you guys.
Bye.